Pillars of King. Welcome down to Chessington World of Adventures for our October update. It's a bit later in the month this time. We're going to take you around and we'll actually highlight as well some of the plans and things which come out after our last update, which seemingly include this area and of course Mexicana. Now the first one we'll look at is this. This was actually closed last time we were here. It's still not fixed. However, I think there's going to be a few changes here. So it's come to light that things are moving around. You'll see a separate video if you haven't already seen on the plans. Check back on the channel and check the plans, and we'll do another one as well explaining exactly what's going to happen in Wild Asia. And it looks like the lorikeets will end up down here. Now funny enough, there used to be bird houses here. Whether they return there or exactly how they reconfigure this area, I'm not sure. However, Safari is obviously closed at the moment, and I don't see it opening for 2025 if I'm being perfectly honest. And the children's zoo is also being relocated, with Mexicana, which you'll see shortly, completely swapping out and being basically flattened for a brand new area. So yeah, there's a lot to happen, but it looks like the lorikeets and the children's zoo will be relocated to this area. And I mean, you've only got to look at this area and kind of realise that it does completely need regeneration. These are quite cool. You did see as we walked in, as we started the video, that there is a Safari sign saying Safari is shut. That is actually replicated here as well. So it just says it's closed at the moment. It doesn't say it's closed. Thoughts below, comment below. Do you think it's going to reopen for 2025? Let us know. Please help us out. It's free to do so. Leave a comment, drop a like, either or would be hugely appreciated. And we're going to take you out around the rest of Chessington to give you the rest of the update.
Yeah, I think so.
Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I think these are new numbers. I don't remember them being quite this clear, to be honest. At least I can see where I'm standing. While Steve Storm is still running really well, it's worth noting it was stopping in the same place as it started, but it's not anymore. And all the saddles are gone. It looks a bit weird. Boys, we've stopped.
We stopped.
We have stopped.
Evac. Oh, no, this is...
Evac.
We know what we're doing.
Now, Fury has had a lot of downtime this year, and as you can see where the problem lies at the moment, it's a problem. It's clearly a problem.
Well, at least they're trying.
Yeah, bless it. We will hopefully get on it today. Hopefully they'll reopen it. Every time we come down here, it does just look more and more abandoned. I mean, is this open or is it closed? Does it work? Does it not work? Who knows? Right. Since our last update in September, we have found out that this is doomed. You know, the plan was always to try and reopen Scorpion Express. It was an engineer's project. They did put money into a new control system for it, and effectively the new control system, from what we're led to believe, had problems with the old ride technology, basically, which caused issues with it reopening, which is a real shame because it is an OG ride, and it's a great entry-level family coaster. There's no doubt about it. It will be sorely missed at the park, but it's time to move on, and we know that Mexicana here will be completely stripped out. So seemingly we might lose these buildings, which is probably a good thing. Mexico, we won't have to worry about anything going into that restaurant. All this will be stripped out right the way back to the children's zoo, the other side, to create a new infant area. I'm not even going to call it a family area. It's one for infants. Think CBeebies, Peppa Pig Land, things like that, Peppa Pig World, sorry, and things like that. That is what they're aiming for with a new coaster, which was pictured something like Octonauts, which is probably perfect, to be honest with you. It'll be nice and comfortable, and it will kind of give... They actually don't have that entry-level coaster, to be honest with you. They either have family ones or they have 1.4 in Rattlesnakes. So yeah, this is probably our last look ever at Scorpion Express. I'd expect Mexicana and all this to be closed off potentially next year, although they're waiting for planning permission. They can rip all this out. So this is it. This is the end of Scorpion Express. And indeed, an OG ride at Chessington World of Adventures. But we look forward. Obviously, we look forward. It looks like there's going to be a lot of work happening at Chessington World of Adventures over the next few years. And the fate of Rattlesnake, still a little bit unknown. The upgrade to Mexicana also spells the end to the children's zoo, or at least here spells the end. You can see over the background that the cage there has already gone. It actually leaves that really open. I'll get Kurt to zoom in a bit of video on the background there, because we're not going to walk around the zoo. But yeah, it looks really, really open and quite honestly quite derelict, to be fair with you. But it does seem like these are going to be moved down to Wanyama Village. I mean, they've only just built these, but assumingly these will also go, which is quite comical in one respect. And then this will open up this area. Of course, the design of these walls isn't the best. These have now been completely replaced, so people can't stand on them. They're nice and solid, and they won't get trashed, which is great news. So these have now been completed. Whilst we are up here in Wild Asia, we will take you to obviously the look of Temple of Mayhem, which we do know is closed for the season, and I don't think we'll be reopening. It doesn't look good. Doesn't look good at all. What do we think? I have to say, just says currently closed, doesn't say reopening next year. I don't know. It's a simple attraction, but I have a feeling with all the changes coming that we won't see this in 2025, even if Wild Asia reopens. Explorer Glamping is now closed for 2024 and is now closed. Now, as it stands, tents and things are still in situ. They won't be for much more, as that will be leaving us completely and will be torn down. Whether or not they'll be reused somewhere, I'm not really sure. But Explorer Glamping will not be returning to Chessington World of Adventures. And a really good clean up of the parts from around there as well as they start to ship bits out. And we will check this one, as this is the sort of the grounds and things where bits gone, but this has also been completely cleared out. Making you wonder how quickly work is going to start up here. Oh.
I knew it was going to happen.
We've done a loop of the park as we head over to the Children's Zoo again area. Yeah, that's our update from Chessington World Adventures. There's a few things going on. Obviously the big news coming out now really leaves a lot of things in limbo in terms of what the timings look like. You look around Wild Asia, it's quite clear now that Temple of Mayhem probably won't reopen, and that some of the effects and things aren't going to be fixed in there. You then look over to Safari and you kind of see why it looks a little bit empty over that area. I don't think we'll see Safari again either. We look over to the Children's Zoo, we can see cages removed, and of course that was our last look at Scorpion Express. What do you think the timeline looks like? Leave your comments below, we'd love to know. But from now, whether we'll be back for the end of the season or whether our next update will be the first closed season one remains to be seen. But from Chessington World of Adventures, hope you've enjoyed the update. We'll see you next time.